Hello guys, welcome to my second video channel. I'll be making a pasta bolognese today with burrata on top. It is a little bit of a bougie one. It's my own spin on the pasta bolognese recipe, so it's not exactly traditional as how they make it on other channels on YouTube or in Italy, let's just say. Okay, so today we're using this protein pasta. As you can see, it is the better brand. It has roughly double the protein than the other pastas. So basically I'm making a meal prep today and I want to show you how I'm doing that. If you're interested in this kind of content, please let me know because I love making meal prep. I can do different types of meal prep and show the nutritional information as well if that's what helps. So we have a few ingredients here. We have celery, carrots and onion. That is our sofrito. And we're having some minced garlic and tomato and pepper paste as well. I'm going to put these to the side for now. I want to show you a really cool peeler that makes this job really easily. I've already done one. I'll show you the other one. I love doing this. Just comes back and forth with these and you're just rotating with your hand. And that is done. Look at that. Look at that peeled carrots. And get the ends off because it doesn't get there. We'll put those to the side as well. I'll be showing you how to cut my onion today. You can cut your onion, you don't have to cut mine. We're just gonna peel that in half, leave the core on. That holds everything together. Gonna spin it around, make rough incisions all the way to the root. Hold it still, go down all the way to the end. Some people do sideways cuts to make it a more uniform piece, but this is going to be cooking for a while, so we don't need to really tackle that. I'm going to be doing this rough 1/2 centimeter dices. Oh shit, that went everywhere. Okay, cool. Right at the end, I'm just going to dice up the end as well and clean this up, and I'll be chopping this one too in the same way. Editing makes the other half get chopped. All right, now we'll put the knife to the side. We're not going to need that anymore. We're going to grate our celery and carrots. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm not doing a traditional bolognese recipe where we're going to be simmering this for 2 or 3 hours. Me ain't got time for that, so we're going to be getting these really small so they cook quicker and our dish is ready a lot sooner. I've got the mic on my chest here, so if I am breathing a little bit heavier, so sorry about that. There we go, got all the way towards the end. All right, we have grated all of our celery. Just gonna wipe that off. Put this to the side. We have a bowl here. Just gonna chuck everything in there because we're gonna cook these roughly at the same time. Chuck it in. Beautiful. Put these to the side. Start grating our carrots. Go on, bitch. Oh man, that's right. The floors are always clean. Go right towards the end. Slow down towards the end. There's no fingers in this recipe. All right. And while you're doing that, before you start, let's just put a pot of water to boil for our pasta. So we got about half of this filled up. We got about 2 teaspoons of salt. Oh, that just plonked right in there, didn't it? Beautiful. All right. Pasta's coming to a boil. I'm going to throw in the 2 packets of protein pasta from Burrata. On the back of the packet it says it should take about, whoops, hit the camera stand there. It says it takes about 18 to 20 minutes to cook. So, see you in a bit. Okay, awesome. Now I've grated both. Just going to wipe that off, get all the excess off, we can put that away. Get our bowl, chuck all this in here. We're going to be cooking this really soon. Today I'm making 1 kilogram worth of beef, so roughly 8 servings. I'll put all the details in the description of how many calories these are, protein, fat, carbs, all that stuff will be in the description. Next step is to cook our sofrito. So I've got some extra virgin olive oil cooking spray here. Give that a liberal once over. Beautiful. As we got our pasta boiling away, I've set up all the ingredients I'm going to use while I cook the sofrito. So let me just pick that one up. Let's get a bowl and a wooden spatula. We got basically this prepared before. Then I put that straight in. You see that here. Now I realise I've probably got the heat a little bit too high. So I'm going to turn it down a bit to about a medium high. Beautiful. We're going to cook these until they're nice and translucent. Shouldn't take longer than 5-10 minutes. Give it a good mix through. Right towards the end of cooking these, when these get softer, I'm going to add in the minced garlic that we have prepared before. The minced garlic I have here is pickled garlic. I used about 6 cloves. Shout out to my friend who got me that. Got a bit more light. Wow. What a stooge. He didn't even have his lights on. Wow. Anyway, that should look a lot better. Okay. These are cooking right up nicely. Okay, I'm going to turn the heat back up because now this is releasing some moisture. And as you tell, the sizzling has stopped. It's absorbed all the heat that it once had in the pan. Because there's so much vegetables here, it's a lot of moisture to evaporate. So turn the heat back up to a full. I should have just really left it on full, eh? But anyway, here we go. Put it on high heat. I've reduced it a bit because as you can see, the bottom of the pan is starting to burn my vegetables. Which is good, it adds a bit of flavour, but we're not after burning the vegetables. Remember, we're going to get them nice and soft and cooked all the way through. Cook this for a bit longer. Let's turn that off. This for a bit longer and then we will be adding in the garlic and the tomato paste. Okay. Sake. I almost forgot about adding the beef. That's a crucial part. Let's add the beef in. If you noticed, I haven't salt and peppered the vegetables yet. Now, if you're asking why I did this, there's no bloody reason. I just forgot to. So we're going to add some salt and pepper now to season our meat and vegetables. Alright, that's the salt. Pack some pepper on there. Awesome. We're going to mix this through until our meat gets brown and our vegetables are cooked through as well. The madness begins. The meat is also going to release its moisture and oil It is lean meat I'm using at the moment though, so not too much oil, but the moisture will definitely be released, and that will stop the sear sound coming out of the saucepan. So I've got it on high heat now at the moment. It's really hard cooking like this, like legit. This is very new to me. Producer, editor, director, narrator, everything all at once while you're cooking. Kind of strange, but we're gonna get used to it. Alright, I think we're at snap, crackle, pop territory. You can see as I move this around, listen to that. Oh, you got a bit of Maillard reaction at the bottom. That's what we like. You know why we like that? I'll show you what we're about to do. So mix this through. We're going to add our tomato sauce. So let's create a well in the middle. Tomato sauce, I meant tomato paste. I keep messing it up. It is a tomato and pepper paste. It's a mix. It's what we use in our cooking in Turkish cuisine. We use it for manta. Oh, that's going to be an upcoming recipe as well. That's Turkish ravioli with garlic sauce, butter, and mint. Oof. Beautiful. That's cooking away the tomato a little bit. Now we're going to add the meat into the well and mix it through. Beautiful. Now last step, before we add the wine and the beef stock, we're going to add our garlic. The reason why we don't add garlic at the start is it will overcook. Flavour becomes a little bit more tart, stingy. Look how white that garlic is. What are these strings? Oh, these are from the celery. Okay. That's alright. Give that a good mix through and cook for about a couple minutes before we add the stock and the wine. When we add the stock and the wine, it creates a more acidity and that gets rid of the Maillard at the bottom. Show you how that works. Okay. Wine, beef stock. Remember all that fond at the bottom? Let's see what happens to it. And you just scratch it off with your utensil. Scratch it off and it ends up into the sauce. Now we want to reduce the heat by a little bit because we're not trying to get rid of all the moisture. We want to keep it a little bit plump for the sauce. Okay, we're going to mix this through and let it cook for a couple of minutes, a few minutes. Meanwhile, taste your pasta. I tasted one, it's getting to the al dente stage. So it's not cooked all the way, but it basically is. It's got a tiny bit of bite to it. It's going to continue cooking in the sauce later. Let's remove that off the heat and drain. This is how we're going to let it drain. I got a little bowl at the bottom to collect some of the pasta water, or in this case almost all of it. Now put it in there and then put this back in the pot just like that for now. I'm going to keep this on top of the sink. Do not throw that pasta water out. That is a starchy water that thickens our sauce. Cool, we've done that. As you can see, as we reduce that, we pull it away. Look at the bottom of the pan. No more brown. It's all collected in the sauce's flavour now. Fond has joined the team. Cool. Alright. Now I've got another pot here. Using so many pots really, but let's do a bit of a swap. Put that over here. Got our pasta here. It's a cast iron pot, so it shouldn't heat up that quickly. But anyway, we are ready to pour this straight in. Oh shit. I go ahead and spill it, don't I? Beautiful. And we remember the pasta water we saved from earlier. We're going to add a little bit of that. just a tiny bit. I'm going to turn the heat off because this is plenty hot for all of us. Meal prep, eh? Who said meal prep has to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Who said meal prep has to be boring? Like, who doesn't like pasta bolognese? Oh, man, I'm so hungry right now. All right, we're gonna just allow this to warm up a little bit. It's sitting on a hot stove. It'll warm up on its own, slowly, and we'll plate up and enjoy. Nice presentation. That. Now for the final touch, burrata. Nestle that right in there. Whoo! It's a jiggly boy. And we slice on through. Oh, this is gonna taste so good. In traditional bolognese recipes, they use a little bit of milk to adjust the richness of the final dish. This is sort of playing that role. It's like a creamy, milky mess. Add some garnish. Everyone loves a good garnish. Beautiful. Don't forget some olive oil. I love a bit of extra olive oil. Time for the ultimate fulfillment. See that? Yum. Yum. Get some of that cream, some of that pasta. Oh wow. Holy shit, guys. I'll be right back. Tell you what, guys, I think I just smashed that plate I showed you guys, and I completely forgot to take a thumbnail photo. God dang. That was actually really good. You guys have to try this recipe. I've actually never made it like this before because I always do the lazy way out. I just put some, you know, bottled up tomato sauce or something. I forget about the vegetables, but the vegetables play a huge difference. All right, now we're making our meal prep containers. Making these all roughly even, because as long as you have measured out the macros for this whole bowl, by the end of the week, you should be hitting your targets. I probably had 2 servings. This was meant to be an 8 serving prep, but I probably just ate 2 servings, to be honest, because that was phenomenal. That's okay. Let me show you guys what I'm going to put on top. So, got some cottage cheese. You know, we're not going to add burrata to every single one of them because I'm not that bougie, I'm not that rich. What I am going to do is once I get these out of the fridge and I heat it in the microwave, this cottage cheese is going to be almost like a burrata. You know? Need to make meal prep fun. If your meal prep is boring, not going to stick to it. You know, it needs to be sustainable. I've done so many different diets. I've done keto, I've done Atkins, I've done paleo, I've even tried vegan. But like I'm telling you, you need to eat the foods that you like. If you don't, you're not going to stick to that diet for very long, are you? So this is my meal prep, guys. Hope you enjoyed the content. Meal prep done.